Hop Heads, Johnny V from the Craft Beer Crew, and we're here to review another beer. And this is the second of the Craft Beer Week limited releases that I decided to bust open. It is Cigar City 110k+ot Batch 4. Cigar City has a few beers that they really pride themselves out. One being the Hennepu and the other one being the 110k. These are the beers of the year. Very limited release. Only put them out one time a year. You have to go down to the brewery to pick them up. So thanks for Justin for picking this one up for me. Justin, you the man. Craft Beer Crew. This one right here, this is kind of unknown. No reviews out there, no nothing out there, so I'm probably going to be the first one to review it. It is an American strong ale. Runs about 11% from what I've read. It's based on the Takabaga Red from Cigar City. So if that's the case, it's basically just a hopped up version of it. I don't know. We're going to find out. Let's go ahead and crack it open. Man, this is really good. Oh yeah. We're going to pour, got my gigantic tulip. It seems like it works well with strong ales. Don't ask me why. It's just the way I like to pour them. Let's go ahead and give her a pour and see what we got. Wow. Pour a little more. Let's go ahead and give her a full look. Alright, number one right out the gate. Brown. Very dark brown ale. Very thick, soapy head on it. About, due to the glass size, it's probably about a 2-finger, 2.5 finger head. Extremely soapy. Very soapy look, if you can see that. Looks good. Great. Almost a vanilla cream head. I can't see through it, which is odd. Usually you can see through most of the strong ales, but right at the bottom you get a little bit of red. You can almost see at the bottom. Good looking beer. Very solid. You know, Cigar City, they don't do no wrong. These guys over there are phenomenal. Everything I've had from them, I've not had one bad beer. Even some of the Sciences, which the farmhouse ales, things like that, which I just don't like to drink. Cigar City seems to find a way of doing it. So this one right here, I'm having a feeling that this is probably going to be good. Now I'll tell you one thing: if you're a office type, or you're a suit, or anything of the above, this is not the beer for you. This is not for wussies. This is the working man's beer, and it says it right there. It's 110k+ot. It's a working man's beer. So, suits, stay away. Alright, let's go ahead and get on the aroma on the 110k. Wow. Really strong alcohol. It's almost bourbony. Maltiness through the roof. I don't get a hop. I get maybe a little bit of hops in there, but for the most part, it's a gigantic alcohol. It hits your nose almost like you're sitting there sniffing on a bourbon. Sweet. It's got some sweet notes in there too. It definitely has some sweet notes. I wouldn't call them candy notes. Maybe a sweet fruit, apple. But yeah, the alcohol. Be forewarned. Cigar City's always said their alcohol content's this, and I come to find out it's that. If it says 11%, it's a good chance it could be higher. I mean, normally that's the case, but hey, whatever. That's the way they do things, and they don't make bad beers. So let's go ahead and give it a try. Cheers. Wow, that is phenomenal. That's a very good beer. The maltiness in this is, and even, you know, I never read it. It just says malt beverage. they must throw like just tons and tons of malt and sugar and brown sugar. You know, that's what I was smelling earlier. The brown sugar. There's a ton of brown sugar in here, and I think they done a good thing by doing that, because the alcohol content is so high. They had to do something to kind of mellow it out. Oh yeah, great beer. And hey, Cigar City, they don't do nothing wrong. The funny thing is, the alcohol, you really smell it. It's there when you smell it, but when you drink it, it's you really don't taste a lot of alcohol. It's a really strong ale. It almost reminds me of a really good Scotch ale. Just a really easy. It's drinkable. It's a lot of alcohol content in it, but it's still very drinkable. Cigar City again. they've raised the bar for everybody out there. Every brewer out there ought to look at Cigar City and see what they do and their menu, their beer menu, and because they're successful. Cigar City Brewing out of Tampa, Florida, hometown. These guys, if you pick this up, well, you can't pick this up unless you go down to the brewery. But if you can pick up any of the Cigar City limited releases, the big bottles, even Highlight, still my favorite IPA. I still keep it in the fridge. It's still one of those beers I have when I want a really good, solid beer. Joey Redner down there in Cigar City. Thumbs up to you. Another winner. I'm gonna rate this one 100. Just as long with the mile rod. It is what it is. You guys know what to do when you make a beer, and this is proof of it. Alright, well, on that note, it's Johnny V. Craft Beer Week again. Go out and find you some beers. I'm going to sit here and enjoy this one for a while. Cheers.